Hey. Thank y'all, everybody, for stopping by the Power Revolution on YouTube. I really appreciate all your subscribes, likes, and shares. It helps circulate my video, and it's a great way to give me a little tip for all the hard work I do. So I do thank y'all. Hey, oh my goodness. I gave a prophetic word for 2022 the other day, the year of transfiguration. That is the word from God for, the year, leveling up. Everything in your life, the way you walk, the way you talk, your career, maybe even your geographical location, your romantic status. Okay, come on, somebody. Let's change our status on Facebook. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all that is going to be changing, and it is all going to be a reflection of the glory of God in your life. The peace, the healing, all of that is just going to be manifesting miraculously in your life in spite of the circumstances, and overcoming every enemy that has tried to detonate your life. That especially those that have been persecuted, that you are going to just overcome and just be glorious. Be glorious. But God stopped me, and I was literally, I'm going to tell you everything. I was going to the gym to work out, and I had just dropped off some lunch, some food for my children. And hold on. I had to pause it for a second because to make sure my phone is on do not disturb, because God put in my spirit someone was going to try to call me in the middle of my preaching and mess it all up, and can't have that. So, but I dropped off some chicken, some fried chicken to my kids for lunch, and I'm going to go work out real quick and come back. And by the way, they're older, like 20-year-old and, teenagers. So, but oh my goodness. And now listen, the ambulances in the background, and it's just perfect for the word of God that pressed in my spirit. He made me go change my clothes. He said, take off your gym shirt and put on a red shirt and a red headband, because this is a alert. This is like that ambulance. This is hey, make way, because this is an emergency. And what God said to me was, stop clock. I said, what? He said, stop clock. And I said, okay. I do remember there was a song by Ella May called Stop Clock. And I felt pressed in my spirit to listen to it. And she got a couple potty words in there, but I'm just saying, hey, we're grown, okay? And but I listened to it and I said, okay, Lord, what's the message? And he said, tell my people that this year I'm not playing. Tell them that, and this might be hard to hear, and I'm not prophesying anything negative over your life. This is a warning. He said, you about to miss your opportunity. God said to me that there have been people brought into your life for a season, so that when they came forward in that season, you were to seize it. You were to seize them. You were to make the most of that relationship, build on it, grow on it, let it grow, so that it can create a sustainable future that was the answer to your prayers. And instead, you betrayed them. Instead, you backstabbed them. Instead, you two-timed them, and you started working with other people, giving to other people instead of giving to that connection. Could be in business, could be a relationship, whatever it is. You lied to them, and now you about to reap what you sow. You are literally about to miss your opportunity. You are going to miss your destiny. You're going to miss it. Shot clock. And also he gave me a word for people who have been working diligently or dreaming or having ideas for a new business, a career, a book, a musical masterpiece. I see music producers, people wanting to have their own music album, television, whatever it is, their own, I don't know, YouTube channel. God is saying to me, do it. 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 Shot clock. That's not in the song, but that's what I heard. I literally see, I'm prophetic. I stay in a prophetic flow, and I can be around people, and all of a sudden a song just comes in my head, and that song is telling me prophetically things that are going on in their life, or things that I might need to know because it concerns me, their relationship with me. Oh yeah. And yes, I've been in romantic relationships, and I have heard, I need a daddy, would you be, and he was cheating out there making it rain with a stripper. Okay. So, oh yeah, God will tell a prophet everything. But, and that was a long time ago in my past. But wow, it's just amazing. But God is telling me to tell y'all, for the ones that are fostering connections and alliances. I'm specifically giving that word alliances with people that God did not bring you to create those alliances with. And the thing is that that they aren't supposed to be part of your future. That the carnal behavior, the addictions, the home you're living in, you might have roommates you're rooming with, going out to the clubs and partying, all those things you used to do before you got saved in the church, living right, or maybe a job or a career that you have now that God's been telling you it's time to let that go. He wants you to start your own business. He wants you to write that book. Maybe he wants you to sell insurance and help protect families. There are things that God has been pressing in your spirit to do and release. And that's the key, that I'm hearing that God says that these people have been stuck in indecision, and they haven't been able to release either unhealthy habits, a career, job, or relationship, whatever it is that is not supposed to go into their future. And at the same time, God so blessed you out of just his love to bring in the option before you let go of the other one. Most of us, we don't go and get a new job. We don't let go of our old job or quit our old job till we have a new job, right? Except for the brave pioneers that decide to just quit that job and on faith and start their own business. But usually they have a little bit of money or something saved, or, you have to be practical. So we never, unless we're a little crazy, turn loose of one thing until we have some kind of solid foundation with another. But God is showing me that the people that are actually going to lose their opportunity, they are not going to they're not going to see the promised land. They are going to be standing on the outside of the promise, looking in, watching the person, the people, the connections that God had brought into their life to help them be and live gloriously. They're going to be standing outside the gate watching them do that with someone else, because they think that they have all the time in the world, but they don't. You don't. And that could be for you, or that could be for somebody in your life. You could be that person that God brought into someone's life, or job, or company, church, whatever it is. And, could be romantic. I don't know. But God brought you forth while they were still trying to get loose from all the baggage or the mistakes or the mess ups that they had or the addictions or whatever it was. And God brought you forth like a shining light, like he brought Eve to Adam, just the glory, the pinnacle of creation. And instead of saying, aha, okay, yes, this is my dream come true. This person with this person or with this company or with this idea or with this business or with this change of habit. If I go ahead and align myself with it, give my all to it, a book idea, whatever it is, if I give myself completely to it, then I am going to receive and be everything, every glorious thing that God has created me to be. This is my dream come true, literally. This is exactly what I need to do, and I need to do it fast. I need to do it right now, because when God gives you a blessing, it's not to be delayed. I'll give you a prime example. Oh, and if you don't grab hold of it and turn loose of that past, or turn loose of the past behaviors or whatever it is that we're trying to work out of when God brought you this saving grace that you're not holding on to, that you're playing with, that you're two-timing with, that you're delaying, that you're taking for granted. If you don't, this year, maybe even within the first before, and I'm hearing before the summer. In fact, I'm hearing for some in January. If you don't grab hold of it and give your all to it and stop giving elsewhere, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose everything. Not just that person or that business or that idea, but your whole blessed life. You are actually going to be your life is going to be like down to destruction. I'm going to give you an example that God gave me, and it was Jonah. Prophet Jonah was told by God to go to Nineveh and prophesy to the people about their destruction. And Jonah decided he was going to go somewhere else. He heard the word of the Lord, and he said, "No, that's too hard a thing to do. I don't think I have the capabilities to stand in front of these people. I might get destroyed. They're going to laugh at me, or they might tear me down, or they might even kill me. That is too hard a thing to do. Yes, God, I know that you want me to do this to bring you glory, to bring you honor, to help, these people or whatever it is. But it's too hard a thing for me. I'm not equipped. I don't measure up to that. I don't have everything it takes to accomplish that. I'm going to go somewhere else." And when he did, everything got disrupted. Everything. He got jacked up, tore up from the rooter to the tutor, and then got swallowed by a big fish. But that was only just towards the end when after all the other stuff was happening and everything was going against them, the storms and the attacks and all this stuff, the weather attacks and everything. And that's just like in our life, your money, your finances, all this stuff. They're signs. They're signs that God has given you a miracle manifestation in your life, and you are two-timing it. You are backstabbing it. You are two-timing God. You are backstabbing God. When he gives you a vision, a dream, when he gives you a provision, when he gives you a plan, when he is telling you that this is what I need you to do. Oh, I had to sneeze. And he's telling you, I need you to do it now. Not later, but now. And you don't do it. You cheating on God. Didn't he call Israel an adulterous nation? That he's a jealous God? Yes. So Jonah almost died because he didn't obey God. A self-fulfilling prophecy. Here he thought, if I went to Nineveh, I'm going to get killed. And then what happened when he went to Nineveh? Did he get killed when he told these people all this doom and gloom? He got celebrated. They turned their whole mindset around. The people were redeemed. It was a blessing. A whole country was saved. It was a big blessing. And guess what Jonah did? He went and sat up under a tree and fell asleep. And it was written off. We ain't hear nothing more about Jonah ever again. God said, this year, shot clock. If you don't go after the promises that God has placed before you in your life, if you don't grab hold of that new mindset, if you don't turn loose of them addictions and that immoral behavior, and you don't stop holding on to your comfort zone and living in fear, you are going to lose everything this year. Not only are you going to lose the blessing that God placed in your life, that idea, that business, that book, that beautiful man or woman that God wants you to marry and you out backstabbing and cheating on. Not only are you going to lose that new relationship, that new business, the new. Not only are you going to lose the new, guess what? That past stuff that you holding on to, that you think is safer and is easier, it's going to swallow you up to death. You're going to lose everything. Every fear that you have about obeying God and going forward into the things of God and following the plan of God, all the fears that you have that's holding you back from doing it. Yeah, I got my leg up there. I'm just wrapping my... All those fears are actually going to manifest because you didn't. See, God has abundance ahead of you. Wealth, complete happiness, might be that dream marriage and children, big house. All that right now is here for you. Shot clock. Shot clock. I say that many of y'all have to the end of this month to move to act. And if you don't, you're going to lose it. And not only are you going to lose the blessing, like I said, but that stuff you holding on to, the wrong person you're giving to, the wrong alliance you've built, the wrong addictions that you have, the wrong mindset, staying stuck in that stupid little job that, God been told you to move from. You're going to be fired. You're going to be broke. You're going to be kicked out your home. You will be homeless. Nobody will want to speak to you. You will be shamed. And you will be standing outside the gate, looking in at that person that God had brought into your life as they experience massive success. Shot clock. Shot clock. It's time to get in gear. The word of God in Ecclesiastes says there is a time and a season for everything. There is a time and there is a season. And what happens to the spring? What happens to summer? What happens to fall? What happens to winter? There's a shift. And when it shifts, it's gone. Everything changes. You can't go back in time and relive summer when you're living in the winter. And some of y'all about to experience a winter like you've never experienced before. Because that's what you manifested by two-timing God. By being disobedient to God. When God gives you a word and he says move, you don't move, it's sin. And that is scriptural. Don't say no to God. Because when you say yes to God, you say yes to his provision, possibilities, purpose, pleasure, peace, protection, and a positive life. Say yes to God. Grab hold of 2022 like you on a shot clock. Grab hold of your mission, your dreams, your vision, that business that I see boxes, and people have subscription box ideas and books and music and just all kinds of wonderful partnerships, marriages. Grab hold of them. Yes, they are. Those things are your dream come true. God is giving it to you. Yes, you have to do the work for it. And yes, you're going to have to let go of your past behaviors and thoughts and negativity and fears and traumas. You got to let it go. You got to actively let that go. You got to walk out the door. Prophetically, last thing, right before I did this video, I was trying to figure out what position to be in. Should I be on my porch or should I be in my car? So I was in my porch, but the light was too blinding and I felt like I wouldn't be able to connect as well with others. Plus there was some noise in the background. So I said, that's not the right position for me. I'm going to have to leave off this porch. And as I did, and I went out the door, my door wasn't shut. It was still left open. And so I was around my car and I had to go back around my car, back to my porch to shut that door. And then my interior door flung open. And what's that saying? Is that prophetically, you all have left the door open to your past behaviors, your past addictions, your past fears, your past relationships that you shouldn't. You need to go back and close those doors. That's what's holding you back. You think that the things that are happening with your bank account, your finances, you think that whether your friendships or people talking about you or haters or all this stuff is happening because of where you're trying to go? It's happening because you still left the door open to your past. And God can't move you until you close that. So you're still stuck in that past. And all that negative cycle is still there. You can't move forward into the new cycle, into your new life, until you close the door on those things. You have new relationships. You have new alliances, new partnerships, new ideas that God himself has given you out of the mistakes that you've made, out of the misery of where you were. And you're two-timing it. Because you were leaving the door open to your past. Because you're thinking, like Lot's wife, I might need to go back. Let me look back. And turn into a pillar of salt. And never see the promised land. Destroying your own legacy by holding on to the past and living in fear. Shot clock. You might have gotten away with it years ago. Not this year. In fact, for most of you, not this month. January through March. Shot clock. Don't miss it. Don't miss your opportunity for a new life. All right, that was a hard message to give y'all. But Somebody has to do it. And I refuse to two-time God. I refuse to disobey God. When God says, stop, give a word to my people now. Yes, God. Yes, Daddy. I'm going to do it. Because somebody needs to hear it now. Right now. All right. I love y'all to life. Peace. And I'm going to see y'all up there on that ascended level that we heading to. Because we leveling up, baby. We're transfiguring in Christ. All right. Blessings.